Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem Rekakadash. I would like to give double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the true leaders of Israel to this day, which taught me this truth. And I would like to say shalom to all the Akim and Akwaf that's believing on this truth and that's seeking their salvation at the hands of Yahawah and his only begotten son, Yahawashi. I would like to say shalom. So today I'm going to name this lesson, Keeping the Law Will Not Save You, okay? Keeping the whole entire law will not save you. Now, we don't teach men not to keep the law because the law is not done away with. And it tells you that in Matthew 5:17, think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I'm not to come to destroy, but to fulfill, right? So Yahawashi came to fulfill the law. So we don't tell men not to keep the law. We tell men to keep the law to the best of their ability, okay? And a lot of these men don't understand what they're saying when they say they can keep the whole law. Jake want to boast in keeping the law when no man can stand up to, the whole entire law and keep it perfectly, right? Seeing that we're behind enemies' lines, we're in captivity. Baruch 3:8, we're yet this day in our captivity, right? We're under grace and we need grace, and grace comes through Yahawashi HaMashiach. And we're going to start off in the book of St. John, chapter 1 and verse 17. And it reads, "For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth come by Yahawashi HaMashiach." Okay? Grace and truth come by Yahawashi HaMashiach. And we all need grace in these last days. But you have men, standing up, putting themselves on a pedestal, right? Boasting in what they're keeping in the law, knowing they can't keep the whole law, and pushing that vibration on different men and women in Israel, right? And that's a wicked thing to do, right? We're under grace. We can't keep the whole entire law over here in Babylon the Great. What does it tell you in the book of Psalms? Let's go there. This is Psalms 130 and verse 3, and it reads, "If thou, Lord, Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi, should have marked iniquities, O Lord, who shall stand?" Who can stand up to this law? If Yahawashi HaMashiach mark iniquities, who's going to stand, right? Men can't put their women away when they're on their cycle. Men can't, tell their supervisor that they're not coming to work because it's the Sabbath, right? It's so many laws that we break unknowingly. It's so many laws that we break because we're in captivity, and you want to put the whole law on a man? That is wicked. But if you want to be judged according to the law, go ahead. Good luck, right? Because no one is going to be able to stand to the law given by Moses, right? That was the old covenant, and we couldn't even keep it then. How much more now? Okay? We're under grace, hoping to be a part of this new covenant to come. We want to see righteousness in the earth, but we understand in these vile, wicked bodies that we're in, this flesh that we're in, we're not going to be able to keep the law 100% as we're, looking forward to this new covenant. You'll have people thinking that we're already in the new covenant, and that's false. We're under grace, right? Matter of fact, let's go to Hebrews. We are under grace. This is Hebrews 8, and starting at verse 8, and it reads, "For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah," right? Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi is getting ready to make a new covenant. Right now we're under grace, right? Verse 9, "Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand and led them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant." And if we broke the covenant back then, how much more can we keep it right now in the place of our bondage? Jake is being wicked and leading a lot of men and women astray. Okay. and regarded them not, saith the Lord. Verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind. If we were in the new covenant, the law, statutes, and commandments will already be placed in our inward parts. That's not going to happen until Yahawashi shows up on the scene and to deliver his elect and change us in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye. Lord willing, I endure and see that salvation, right? But all you men that want to be judged by the law, by that old covenant, you're not going to see that salvation, right? You're not going to see that salvation. And the men that's pushing it, on their congregation, that is wicked. You can't even keep the law 100%, but you're pushing it on another man. Let's continue. Let's start at verse 10 again. It says, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. And that has not happened yet. Okay. Verse 11. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man, Salah, let's read that again. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. When we're in that new covenant, we're not going to have to teach Israel who they are. We're not going to have to say, Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi is our power. They're going to know. When the 2/3 get cut off over here in Babylon, when they come back into the kingdom, they're going to be in their right mind, right? The elect will already be in that covenant, and the 2/3 coming back will get that covenant when they get back into the kingdom, okay? Verse 12, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness. We need that mercy, right? And all you niggas that's saying, you can uphold the law, you're saying you don't need mercy. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. Right? That's going into that new covenant, right? Let's grab another one, because we're not in the new covenant yet. Let's go to Ezekiel 36, starting at verse 24. This is Ezekiel 36, starting at verse 24, and it reads, for I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. We're not in our own land. We're still amongst the heathens. Okay, verse 25. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart, right? A new heart will I also give you. A new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. Verse 27. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, right? We're not walking in Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi's statutes perfectly. We're still in sinful flesh, and we're going to go off. He said he made the creature subject to vanity. Okay? And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. Okay, we're gonna keep his judgments and do them in this new covenant. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. That's that new covenant. The law, statutes, and commandments being in our inward part, us walking in his statutes perfectly, us being sovereign. We're not sovereign. We can't keep the laws, and it would be a unprofitable thing to try to keep the laws over here to the 100%. We can't put, the alphabet community to death, right? That's a part of the law. But the things we can do, we do. We don't line up our beards, right? We don't shave our heads bald. We eat according to the Levitical law, right? We keep the laws that we could keep. We keep the Sabbath to the best of our ability. We keep the new moons. It's order here, But you got wicked ass leaders in Israel trying to push the whole law on people, and that's wicked. That'll break a man down. That will break a man down trying to keep the whole law in captivity, right? Man, Jake, man, I don't know. Let's grab one more. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 11 and verse 17. This is Ezekiel 11 and verse 17. And it reads, Therefore say, thus saith the Lord power, I will gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. And according to the curses, we've been scattered, and Yahawashi is coming to deliver his elect, verse 18. And they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abominable therefore from thence, verse 19. And I will give them one heart, right? And I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of their flesh, and I will give them a heart of flesh. And that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting for Yahawashi to strip us of this old man and give us those everlasting tabernacles where a heart of flesh will be placed in there, never going off again. Okay? That's what we're waiting on. Verse 20. That they may walk in my statutes. We can't walk 100% according to the law in this sinful flesh. What don't Jake get about that? Trying to be over righteous and zealous and tearing down men as they do it. Okay? That they may walk in my statutes and keep my ordinance and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power. That's what we're waiting on. But so just getting back to what we was speaking about, the law is not going to save you. Okay? Jake thinks somehow the law is really going to save him. If you really think the law is going to save you, you're very lost, and you don't have the grace and mercy of Yahawashi. Okay? So let's go to Romans 6. Oh, sheesh. Just bear with me. I hate when that happens. All right, let's go to another one. Let's go to Romans 6. This is Romans 6, and we'll start at verse 14. And it reads, For sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. Do you hear that? We're not under the law, but we are under grace, right? Verse 15, What then, shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? The Most High forbid. So Yahawashi gave no man license to sin, right? But we're not under the law, we're under grace. Understanding that we will go off, and when we do go off, Yahawashi is going to cover us. But you wicked niggas that's saying that you're going to be saved by the law, that the law is going to, you're going to, get, up on those chariots, get to the kingdom of heaven by keeping the law. You got to know you're mistaken. Okay. Now let's go to Galatians 5 and 3, and we end on this. And I actually want to get in the NLT also. So we're going to, see, there you go. We'll get it over here in the blue letter one more time. This is Galatians chapter 5, starting at verse 3. And it reads, For I testify again to every man that is circumcised, that he is a debtor to do the whole law. For Hamashiach is become of none effect unto you. Whosoever of you are justified by the law, ye are fallen from grace. And let's get this in the NLT. Okay, this is in the NLT. This is Galatians 5 and 3. I'll say it again. if ye are trying to find favor of the Most High Yahawah by being circumcised, you must obey every regulation in the whole law of Moses, right? If you're trying to find favor by the Most High by keeping the law, you're going to have to keep it. You're going to have to keep every regulation of the law, right? For if you are trying to make yourself right with the Most High by keeping the law, so if you're trying to make yourself right by keeping the law, listen to this. You have been cut off from Hamashiach. If you're trying to make yourself right with the Most High by keeping the law, you are now being cut off from Yahawashi Hamashiach, which is grace, right? You have fallen from God's grace. So not only are you separated from Yahawashi, now you're separated from the Most High. You niggas really don't know what you're saying when you are putting yourself on a pedestal, boasting in the law. No man is going to be saved by the law. We are under grace, looking forward to a new covenant. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem Rakakadash. And I'm going to give double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the true leaders of Israel to this day, which taught me this truth. And I'm going to say shalom to all the Akim and Akwaf that's believing on this truth and that's seeking their salvation at the hands of Yahawah and his only begotten son, Yahawashi. Would like to say shalom.